Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast Show, 24/7 sports news, live interview, mania coverage with MMA, boxing, IKF, BJJ, wrestling, all sports. I'll be glad to interview you. And welcome my co-host, Anthony, Tiger Cruz. How you doing today?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, buddy.
All right, let's see if this works tonight. All right, we're getting ready to bring somebody. Let's see if I can find him. Jeffery. All right, so how was your day?
Good. A little hot down here. It was a little hot, but I think it's hot everywhere. So, but I enjoy. I like the hot weather. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Puerto Rican island boy, so I'm used to the hot weather.
Yeah, you should come down to Arizona.
Yeah, well, I know down there. I love hot weather. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So in fact, I got a cousin and a stepsister in Texas. So you close by, so I should go down there one of these days. Hopefully, after all this stuff is over with,
Yeah, well, that makes it more difficult because you're like not even a half mile.
Oh, I love it, bro. Oh, hell no.
So,
I love it. I love it. Renzo in New York does that on purpose because his gym is in the basement. A lot of people don't know the motherland, the headquarters of Renzo Gracie in New York. His gym is in the basement. When you go down, you feel the temperature, changing like that. You know what I'm saying? But by the time you go to the mat, you only have 2 fans on each corner, and we don't even use it because it just blow hot air. It's so high in there that just by warming up, you dripping. But that's what gets you in good shape because that's why a lot of athletes go train at high altitude because the air is supposed to be thin, so it makes your lungs work harder. Well, you can mimic that by making the air thick and hot. You know what I'm saying? Most guys don't like it, but it also builds your endurance.
yeah, that's what. All right. Let's see. Where is he at? All right. You there, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're having a little bit of difficulties right now. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you share this live party? It won't let me do it.
Yeah. I will do it right now. If you're ready to put it on Facebook, I could pass it right now. Let's see. Where are you?
All right, here we go.
Where is it?
So,
okay, here we
it
go.
should be up there.
Yeah, I got it now. I got it.
All right.
Where is it?
So, we're going to been waiting. Oh, yeah, I can hear my background.
Where are you?
All right, so what's your thoughts on fights coming up? You think it'll be canceled, or you're going to wait a couple more months?
Man, I hope not, because I think the fight for next Saturday, man. I think everybody's hype about it. Well, it's not going to be here anyway. It's going to be in Abu Dhabi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it should be a go no matter what. So I'm glad it's not going to be in the States. So it should be good. We should be good on that.
Yeah, I know California, Arizona, Texas.
Yeah, all those states. Yeah, all those they're locked down again already.
Yeah, I got some of my pro fighters I know out here are fighting for Rough MMA.
Right.
They might not be able to fight They have July 31st.
Wow. Well, hopefully from here to there it gets better, because if not, lockdown.
I don't know, man. The way things going right now, I think I hate to say it, but I think it'll be full lockdown.
Yeah, because I've been seeing that, especially in California, the governor's getting a lot of heat. I mean, so it's also in Texas and in Florida. So things are not looking good. A lot of businesses are closing back again. A lot of people are not happy at all.
All right, I'm still trying to get him up here, but we're still having confusions about time zones. I thought he was in the East Coast, but he's up all the way where my cousin lives at in Idaho.
Ah. He's originally. He's originally from Michigan. I used to train him a couple of years ago.
All right. Let me see if I can give him another link. Hang on. Everybody's waiting for him to come on. But yeah, while we're waiting for him, that all these fighters are getting excited. They're waiting for fights to show up. They have already had a contract to fight.
It's like, they give you a toy, and in the same second they take it away. You know what I'm saying? And as a fighter, you train so hard to fight. You don't train hard to lay back. No, you train hard to fight, and when they take that away from you, it's very frustrating. Even though people understand our times where everything's going on, but it's still frustrating. You train hard, you got a due day, and you got all this thing going on, and you sacrifice so much, training away from your family and stuff, and then to take that away is very frustrating. Because I know I would.
Yeah, because Florida, I think Florida got hit the worst. They all their bars are closed, like Arizona, and these small businesses are being hurt right now because some of them actually sponsor fighters.
Right. Well, it's funny that all these states, they relaxed the restrictions, or started first relaxing restrictions. Now look at that. Now these are the same states are getting hit the hardest. Oh, there he is. Nice. What's
going
up? Long time no see.
Busy man.
Yeah, I'm good. Hey, busy is good.
Busy is real good, Go ahead.
How's Idaho doing? Are you guys on full lockdown or what up there?
I'm not in Michigan right now.
You're in Idaho, right?
You're in Idaho, right?
Yeah, I gotta run. Yeah, it is, but I'm just here for business. That's it. And then I gotta run in Washington, and then I'm headed to Michigan. Cool. And then I gotta come back out. So I'm like busy working out, training, and then I'm traveling at the same time.
Good. Sounds like fun.
Not really.
He said not really. He said not really.
Give us an idea how your training's going right now with all the shutdown, the looting going on. Are you be able to keep up with your training?
I've been doing a lot of different strength and condition training. Manual. Like real hard manual. Like I've been lifting cross tie railroad ties. It's part of my training. Like different things, pulling them. I've been running. I actually, my friend, I took his work truck. It's his tractor truck, and I pulled it. It's a sled. So, nice. So doing some workout.
He's going old school. Yeah. Pull the truck.
Yeah, it's old school training, and I'm like, I'm over here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, so it's been hard. I miss being in the gym. It's good. Right. I miss being in the gym. I miss my sauna room. I miss my steam room. I miss swimming, but I went swimming. I was swimming in a pond. That's what I was doing. I was swimming. I was swimming in a pond. It's like it was a natural pond, so I could swim in. Only thing I worry about snakes. Yeah, and it was pretty bad. I ran across a couple water moccasins while I was swimming, so I was like, I got out, shot them, and jumped back in. But we've been doing different types of workouts. I haven't got with my trainer. I've just been
Okay.
doing everything on my own. That's one of the biggest things, having a motivation to do it.
Good, good. I mean, yeah. Listen, whatever keeps you motivated, because as a fighter, it's hard, especially in these times. Is very unpredictable, and you can do a lot of things. You can go a lot of places like you used to. A lot of gyms are closed, so even if you're traveling, don't matter. So whatever keeps you motivated and keep training, hey man, more power to you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
So,
I really appreciate it.
Anthony here was telling me you used to train with him. So how was the training working with him and helped you learn different things?
Oh shit, here we go.
Well,
Why you gotta put me on the spot? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
all right. So when all right. So I met Anthony. Was at another gym. I was coming back. I was coming back to boxing, and a lot of people are just like, "You're really coming back?" And I just had like a bad. I had during a rough time. I took time because I had a family that I was being in a relationship that got to me. So I kind of got away from that, and my life started getting better. So I started going to the gym with Anthony. Anthony didn't think I was a fighter at the time. He was like, him? And he was laughing. He thought I was it, but I got out there and he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, okay. So the training wise with him, I learned a lot more, but then I learned a lot more knowledge and more. So his knowledge that I had, I took it with me to other places, and it actually helped me going to the mixed martial art gyms, going to different boxing gyms, and I kind of like took some of his style and mixed it up and created my own style with it. Styles make different fights. So some of the things that he showed me, I used in fights. It took me about maybe 6 months before I got back in the ring, and then I went back. I was back fighting, and fought a little bit. And then I took a break, like most fighters do. Take a break, just relax, stay in the gym, work out. That's all I did. That's most of the things that I do.
No, he was great. He was great, man. He was very disciplined fighter. I mean, he would come all the way from Michigan to train with me, and I would give 110% attention. You know what I'm saying? I had 2 gyms in Toledo. You could go back and forth, and he was like the only pro boxer at the time that was training. And I mixed it up. I mixed it, boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, so he could be more rounded as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, fights. Strategies makes fights. You know what I'm saying? Styles makes fights. So I try to give him a different perspective than just training just boxing. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you people train with boxing. That's all they learn, boxing. But there's more than fighting than just boxing. You got a kickboxing way of doing things, or maybe MMA doing things. And like he said, he was able to take that, use it, and apply it to himself. And I'm glad he did, because you know what? Not a lot of guys, a boxer will go to a kickboxing gym. Not everybody will do that. Not a lot of boxers will go to MMA gym, to learn something different. So it takes a real good athlete, a good fighter, to be open-minded. Say, you know what? Let me try that. Yeah, I know it's not my thing. It's different, but maybe I could learn something different. And and he did, and I bet he's a better athlete, a better fighter for that. And I'm honored and pleasure that we worked as a team. Say it was not me teaching him. We were learning from each other. It's like the old saying goes: the teacher also learn from his student. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of an athlete that, as a fighter and as a teacher, we learn. I learn from him. He learned from me, and listen, we become better. And I'm glad that it was an honor to be with him as a friend and as a student. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, we're still buddies.
He looks like a big man. He looks like a football player.
Oh yeah, no, he's tall, he's big. You know what I'm saying? He's bigger than me. So when we spar, it was hard. I have to always keep it in the inside because he has a long reach. I don't get popped with that jab. You know what I'm saying? So I have to smother him. I have to smother him and take his strength away. But it was a great learning experience because somebody like him has experience, pro boxer. You know what I'm saying? It was a
Right.
good experience for me too. So it was just great all around.
So let me ask you, how's your training going right now to be prepared for your fight coming up? Are you excited about it?
I'm excited about it. I just look at every fight that I do. It's like another day in the office. I don't take nobody for granted. I don't train with the best. I don't follow some of the best. Uh, when I look at certain things fighting, I look at different points to where I'm a counter fighter. So I'm a counter puncher. So I count every punch that I throw, I make it count. But at the same time too, if I see a person making mistakes, that's what I capitalize on. And then they make another mistake. Then they make another mistake. And then when it's all said and done, it's like kind of I start breaking them down. Um, I can be very offensive. I choose to be defensive. That was one of my biggest things. Anthony wanted me to be more offensive when I was working with him, but I was more back. I just sit back. I watch a person. I touch them. It's kind of like a shark. A shark will bite
All
you.
right.
He swims away. He comes back. He'll hit you again. And
Mhm.
then when he comes back this time, he comes back for the kill and finishes off. So most of that's what I do. Um, my last fight I fought Derek Finley. He's a real good friend of mine. Uh, most of y'all, I don't know if most of y'all know him. It's the Superman. He's done fought the best from Andre Ward, from Ronald Hearns, Gabe Rosado. Uh, I fought him. I called him up, and I couldn't get a fight. I was calling Anthony. I was like, man, I've been in the gym training. I was like, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna come in at light heavyweight. Now I'm gonna go back down to 54. I'm not gonna try to make 47. And he was telling me I'm getting older. He said I might want to stay junior middleweight or 160. I said I'm gonna take a fight at 75. So Derek Finley is he was fighting, and Derek, I called him up. I said, hey man, I know we boys and all. I can't get a fight. I know this is crazy how I'm gonna ask you, but can we fight? And he started laughing. He started laughing at me. He started laughing. I was like, I'm laughing, but I was like, I'm serious. I told him I'm serious. I'll come fight you. He said, do
Right.
you know who all I fought? I was like, I've been looking at your resume. I've been looking at fights that you've been fighting. I was like, I want to give a crack at it.
Nice.
He's like, man, he's like, man, I ain't no joke, right? I said, man, I know that. I said, look, I know you ain't gonna be. This ain't gonna be a sparring session. I said, look, I know what's gonna happen. Uh, let's just be ready. Let's make it happen. He's like, well, I don't know if the commissioner approved that fight. I know you got a little. I got a lot more fights than you. You got fights, but you ain't fought over 20, 30 fights. You right around 15. I was like, you know what? I said, see my resume. I was like, I can fight. I said, my name's known through boxing. People knows when I show up, I'm ready. So it went through, and a lot of people discouraged me. They told me you're gonna get knocked out. I did get stopped. Uh, I got back up though. It was only because of the ref stopped it. He didn't want to let it continue. Uh, it was a flash knockdown, but I stuck with him. I was on him. I was boxing him, and I didn't listen to my corner at the time. Uh, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to go in for the kill, and he was a pocket fighter. So I thought I can mix it up, and I was using stuff that Anthony used with me, but that night it didn't turn out pretty, and it was like, dang, I got up and I was just like, hey, let's go. And the ref said, no, that's it. And I seen why he stopped the fight. I was mad about it. I did charge the ref, and I apologized to him. I see why he stopped the fight. He's done hurt a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. He done ended some people's careers in boxing.
Yeah.
And I can understand why they did that. So I'm like, every learning experience. But if I had another crack at it again, I wouldn't try to bang with him. I would just
Right.
box. I would
Right.
stay on the outside because he's a fighter that people don't give him credit, but credit is due. That guy actually is a world title fighter.
Right.
If you really want to get technical about it. and a lot of people criticize him and says a lot of stuff, and I just don't like it. He's a great person. He's a great friend of mine, and I just, I learned from it. And he taught me a lot, fighting him, and learning from Anthony and all the experience that I've learned in boxing, the people who I've sparred with, the people who done got at me. I have learned a lot, and that's like the knowledge that I have. I could take it. I could go fight somebody. Like, I'm not afraid to fight anyone. It's like
Good.
if they
You
wanted me to
shouldn't.
fight they want.
We lost. There he is.
Yeah, but baby, you shouldn't. I mean, that's the confidence you get from training and fighting good guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the end, you're gonna look at yourself like, you know what? I might not be as known, or I'm not be what, but I could stand toe to toe with these guys and give these guys a good fight, and that alone, you're gonna make a name for yourself. And that's the confidence comes with experience and training hard. When you believe in yourself, don't matter if you fight somebody with a big name. Don't matter if you train with a big name. When you have that confidence, and you could stand toe to toe with somebody, no matter who they are, the sky's the limit for you, my friend. I mean, every time we spar, I saw that in you from the beginning. He is a good counter puncher. I mean, I would try to, balancing him more with the offense, but Delvey, he's a good counter puncher. Like he said, he pockets, bite you, and then when you see the opening, he has good timing, he has good rhythm, he has good footwork. If he could use that and put it on somebody, hey, he could make a good fight with anybody. I don't care whose name it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how much you want it, and how much how serious you put into the training. And all the months that I trained with you, he always been disciplined. Every time we'd be there, be at this time, he was there. We train. Even after hours. You know what I'm saying? And that's rare. That's rare. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of fighters do it. A lot of fighters, they want like a shortcut. They only want to train hard this much, and that's it. Listen, that's not what it takes to be a champion. That's not what it takes to be the best or one of the best. And my friend here, he's he might not have a big name, but he's definitely one of the best guys out there, and not just because skills wise, but knowledge wise and heart wise. And that's what it takes to be the best and a champion.
All right, so your next fight's August the 22nd. What is it going to be feeling like? Do you know your opponent yet, or you don't care who your opponent is?
I don't
know
care.
who he is.
Tell him. You don't care. I'll fight anybody.
Like Anthony said before, I don't care who you are. I fought half of the people in Crunk Gym. I'll fight anybody. Anybody knows I'll fight. I don't look to where he's from. My main experience comes from fighting guys in Michigan and Toledo. I don't have
good guys too. Good guys too.
And real good guys. I'm talking some of the good guys that people y'all don't know. DeAndre Ware, that's one of my good friends. He fought Showtime. He fought one of the guys from Crump Gym. He's up there. He's one of my best friends that I talk to. I really don't care about who he is. I'm very respectful. Hey, it's a fight. I don't care.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm still gonna be your friend. But at the end of the day, I come to do a job. You came across my desk. That's what I was. That's what I was taught to do. Either you take it or you don't take it. So I took the fight, and I was like, "Hey, I'll go to Alabama. He's from there, no problem. We'll run there. I got people who's around there. They'll come support me. If not, hey, I got friends and people will support me regardless, whatever. I'll be ready. I come put on."
So right now, where are you training right now? In what gym in Idaho?
Right now, I'm actually just running. I'm usually back in Monroe training. I go back and forth. I'll be there. I've been actually training in Arkansas in one of the gyms, round for round boxing. So I've been in their gym. I told them I'm gonna leave town for a little bit. So I've been disciplined about what to do, what not to do. My main thing is being in shape. That's the key thing. That's the key thing to me to every fight I take. Being in shape wins the fight. I don't care throwing punches, looking pretty. If you in shape, you're gonna win. I don't care how the other person could be dead dog tired, and he's breathing hard. You're in shape, you can make an upset. I don't care what
Oh yeah.
anything says. So when I get back, I'll go back to round, but I'm gonna eventually end my training in Michigan, either Michigan or Ohio. I haven't decided yet. Most likely it's gonna be in Michigan.
So, what's your goal as of right now going into the future? Are we going to see more of you, or just a couple fights, or you want that belt around your waist first?
At times I wonder how much more that I want to give. I really don't have nothing else to prove that people tell me. Uh, I think you probably gonna see me for the next 3 years strong, 3.5 years. It just all depends. If I get married or anything and she tells me no, then that's when I'll walk away. But if right now I look at myself about 3.5 years. Uh, one of the biggest things is you might see me cross over into mixed martial arts. I have already crossed over uh, once. You might see me end up ending my career in boxing, switching over to mixed martial arts, and ended it in the cage probably after about
Yeah, we have. Why,
7 or
not?
8 fights.
Yeah, why not? You got those skills, and now they got bare knuckle fighting too. You could do that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, don't shake your head because that's what I did when they asked me to do it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Then I came around, I'm like, you know what? I could do this. So never say no. Never say no.
But I do have goals and dreams. A lot of people can laugh at me at one point. So I was at church. Uh, I was at church. Me and my brother was at my friend's church. I was helping them clean it up, rearranging and stuff. And I sit there, and I was sitting there. I was listening to Floyd Mayweather talk about how he was the best in the world. I got mad. I said, "You're not the best in the world." I said, "You know what?" And so I started looking at him, and I'm a person that I got heart. I got a heart of a lion. I don't care who you is, how it is, what. I told my brother, I said, I wanna fight. I said, I'll knock out Floyd Mayweather. He thinks he's the best. And I don't take nothing from Floyd. He's an excellent defensive fighter. He's great of all time defense. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, when you duck fights, I don't care about money. I don't care about how much you get, who it is. A fight's a fight. That's what guys like Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran, Ali, Tyson, Frazier, Foreman, all those guys never ducked the fight. If they
Nope,
came
never.
across the desk, they took the fight.
That's right.
And
That's right. That's right.
I looked at him, and I was just like, "You're not the greatest. You might be the greatest all time in defense, but the greatest of all time, you can't take that from Ali, Tyson, Frazier, Foreman. All those guys paved the legacy
That's
for
right.
you to get there. So that motivated me to start fighting. And I know it was a high dream, a hope for me to get to that level to fight him. I done seen him and talked to him. But at the same day, I was just like, I kind of lost respect. I got more respect for the fighters that basically that have been there. K9 Bunder. He should have fought him. I think K9 would have stopped him. He
Yeah,
fought
but
at
you know, I mean,
154 instead of fight.
yeah, but no,
Go ahead.
but he became so big because now when he left Bob Aaron and started doing his own promotions, now he's only a fighter, he's also a promoter himself, and he could pick and choose fighters however he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it was not like that. Back in the day, that was your next opponent. You don't just pick and choose who you wanted. You fought who's next in line, whether you thought it was a threat or not. That's your next opponent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's true. But back in the day, you couldn't just duck anybody. You had to fight whatever was next and earn it. That's who you fought. And if he wins, he
And
wins. You know what I'm saying?
I look at boxing too. Um, Mr. Full, I look at boxing. I feel like sometimes in our boxing era right now, some of these guys don't want to. Some of these guys don't want to fight
That's right.
just to fight. They want to pick and choose. They want to have a perfect record. Yeah, I don't got a perfect
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm yeah, I'm above. Well, I'm above 500. I'm below 500 in MMA. But I look at it like this: it ain't about the record. It's about the person and about you giving
Yep.
your heart and your all to going
Amen.
out there. I understand your first career, at the beginning of your career, you're gonna take easy fights. You'll take maybe 2, 3 easy fights. But the thing is, who you sparring with in the gym, who you training with in the gym. That's where
That's
you
right.
go to get it from. If you
Right.
train with the hard people and you spar with them, then you'll be able to walk through anybody
Right.
that you're with. Uh, I don't agree what we do now in boxing. Some things, certain extents. Some people want to have, sell tickets for an opponent.
That's
I
right.
can't stand that. Where do they do that at? I have old trainers telling me we don't do that. You fight to who you want to fight,
That's
and
right.
Right.
at the end of the day, whether you lose or win, that's up to you. And then there's true saying, don't ever leave it in the judge's hands. If you can end
That's
it,
right.
end it. I don't care if you're a hometown boy.
That's
I don't
right.
see. I just seen. I don't been on the show, follow on the show. Seen a hometown boy lose to a guy that came in and waxed, and the judge gave it to him. So you can leave it, but sometimes you can't leave. So you should never leave it in the judge's hands.
Never, never, never. But but that's what makes fighting a lot boring because you got guys who pick and choose, opponents because they know they're gonna they're not gonna give them a big challenge or they're gonna give them a hard fight. And guess what? Makes the fight boring because it's all one sided. And yeah, you're picking an opponent that you're gonna beat easily and goes 12 rounds. And all you did was 12 rounds of moving around like it was a sparring. Listen, if I'm making millions, I'm not gonna fight anybody just in sparring. I'm gonna give you a show, okay? Whether it's 50-50, he could beat me or I could beat him. You go back and forth. It could be a battle. That's what people gonna remember. That's what even if you lose that fight, that's how they're gonna remember you. So you remember that fight when even he lost. He went 12 rounds of battle and he got knocked down. He got up. That's what people remember. You know what I'm saying? Not that. Oh yeah, he's 15-0, but only the last 10 guys were big names. You know what I'm saying? Big deal.
All right. So let me ask you this question I haven't asked any of the fighters yet. In boxing, when you fight, what's your best combination you use? What's your best weapon?
I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
It's just my best weapon I got. Oh man, if it's anything, I'm gonna say it's my jab. My
You must
jab's
have
mean,
your hand.
I disagree. I disagree.
He just don't want to say the
but
truth.
no. My jab is. I got a mean jab. When I'm
He
I'm
does.
on point with my jab, if I'm throwing it right, if I'm on a good night and I'm throwing it, it'll be a long night when I'm throwing
Right.
it. But I have another arsenal. I just added to it.
But he has
I
a good counter uppercut hook. You know what I'm saying? Well, from the inside, when you go in, he has a good uppercut hook from the inside. You know what I'm saying? So watch out for that.
You just gave away his secret, man.
Hey!
I got I got most.
Yeah. You still gotta fall for it. You know what I'm saying?
I got multiple weapons.
Yeah, he does.
I
He
got
does. He does.
I actually added to my arsenal prior to coming back. I have added more to my arsenal, throwing my uppercuts,
Right.
leading off with a jab, throwing the uppercut.
Nice. Nice.
I learned it from Marco Antonio Rubio, and then
Big name there.
I was watching the video. I got a friend, Daryl Cunningham. He does the same thing. He's out of Detroit. He fights out of World Best. And there's a guy, there's an old man named Mark McGuire. He's a former world champion, IBF
I
world
know who he
champion.
is.
He
Yeah, I
gave
heard of him.
he gave me he gave me a tool last year to use, and our training was cut short, because we departed. We had a disagreement, but he's a good man. I disagree with some of the things he was doing, but he gave me a tool that I couldn't believe, and it was throwing those combination uppercuts, sitting
Yeah.
there moving as I'm throwing them, pivoting, walking around people doing it. So I'm like, I got more in the arsenal now,
Yeah.
Anthony. And I'm kind of
Yeah.
like,
But
I
that's
don't
why
know it.
but that's why it's good to train with different people, because you're gonna take a little bit from different people. One trainer can give you everything. That's impossible. It happened to me too. When I was doing, I'm a 3-time kickboxing champion, but I didn't train all that time with one person. I trained with Luis Ruiz, with Luis Resto, with Corleone. The name goes on and on and on, because from each one, even though they're good at their own, but you learn a little bit from different people, and that's how you become better as a fighter, because one person cannot do it all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you do the same thing
Oh,
too.
exactly. Thank you.
So I got two more questions before the show ends. When did you start boxing, when you were little, or did you start at an older age?
I started young. I quit. I was more into football. I wanted to go to NFL. I left it
Right.
alone, and then NFL was the biggest dream. If you're from Texas, and probably some of my friends here, when you're from Texas, football is God in Texas. So I
Yeah, I
wanted to
believe it.
rock with football. And then I tore my ACL. After all that, I was just like, you know what? I said, what else can I do athletic? Nothing really. I said, well, I could try to run going to the Olympics. I didn't want to try it then. I was like, I can always go back to boxing. And my brother was like, you sure you want to do that? He said, a prime fighter is to his late 30s. And he's like, right now you're like 27, 28. He said, you should have been pro long time. I was like, age don't got nothing to do with this. I said,
That's right.
stay in shape, be healthy. Uh, I done seen a grown man at 55 years old stop a guy that's
Yeah,
25,
yeah,
literally in Detroit at a
yeah,
pro show. Stopped him.
yeah,
I was surprised, and I was like,
yeah.
and I'll be honest, I was in the crowd scoping him out because I was going to use him for my next fight. And I'll be honest, I was like, nah, I would stay away, because I remember sparring with Anthony. I've been sparring with people like Keith Vining, Todd Riggs, uh, Bronco McCart, all those guys, all those legends. I was kind of like, I used to test them when I was in Jackson. Man, I'll beat you. And I'll be honest, I got my tail whooped. And I just like, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm smart now. I pick my fights. I know. I'm like, oh, I can get him. Let's go get him.
Yeah.
It's like this fight. I see this guy. I'm just like, yeah, impressive record, but I see some flaws that he got. Unless he's done corrected it, but I'm not gonna take no chances against him.
Of
I don't
course not. You
disrespect
shouldn't.
or anything.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Um,
I mean, it's funny you said that, because when I was coming up, if you're ready in your late 20s and 30, they consider you old back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Now, now all athletes are in the 30s and early 40s. So that stigma there, oh yeah, you in your late 20s and 30s and 40s, you old as an athlete. Listen, athleticism has no age. You know what I'm saying? When you in good shape and take the sport serious and you train serious and you eat healthy, age is just a number, because you see a lot of guys, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, in the UFC, in the late 30s and 40s, still beating guys 10 years younger than them. You know what I'm saying? So age don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're healthy, and the sky's the limit. But yeah, that stigma is over. There's no such thing as, oh yeah, you're 30 and 40 year old. When everybody now, whether in football, look at Tom Brady, for example, in football, and he's not the only one in his 40s, and in boxing and mixed martial arts. So that's just a way of thinking that, oh, that's your age, you're old, you washed up. That shit's over with.
All right. And one last question. Who's your favorite baseball team?
The Yankees.
Oh, oh, oh man!
Here.
Don't hate. We got 27 world championships. Don't hate, man.
Atlanta Braves, baby. Atlanta Braves. Oh.
27 world championships. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
That's a man answer.
I'm looking to relocate. I'm looking to relocate eventually out of Michigan. I'm not going back to Texas. I was like, either I'm gonna go further east up, or it just all depends, or west. I can't never. I'm always with Texas. Always, I ride or die. I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm a Rangers fan. So I gotta stick with home. If we had to go to battle with anybody, we had a big war breakout. I always side my state, Texas.
Wait a minute. Here you go. Redskins, baby.
Oh hell no!
Welcome to my show.
Don't count on it this season, my friend.
Yeah.
Hold on. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna knock you. Y'all might have a chance, okay? Because our team this year, I just don't. I don't know. I really don't know this year.
You broke my heart, man. You broke my heart. But you have to be a Cowboys fan.
I like the Cowboys too. The Cowboys.
I've been with them since '84. I was a kid. 1984. When I was a baby, I was a kid. I used to run around yelling Cowboys.
Yeah. I've been a Redskins fan since '77.
Well, it's funny because I never became a football fan because in New York you got the Jets, the Giants, and the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? So I was neither. I became a Packers fan because my ex-girlfriend, she's from Fox Lake, Wisconsin. But I was a fan from each team because all my friends, they were fans. The Big JD, the bodybuilder, he had the Cowboys. My buddy Kurt Myers, he's also a celebrity trainer. Oakland, you know what I'm saying? Me, the Packers. So it was a whole big mess.
I shouldn't have. At least he don't like the Yankees. I'm good with that.
No, you know what? I was yelling Yankees when I was about 21, and I'll tell you.
They were good back then. They were good back then.
They were good. They were good back then. Early 2000, I'm yelling Yankees, and I got into a fight at a ranking game.
Oh, trouble!
It was trouble that night. It was smoke in the city. So, but I got up out of there, and I was like, let me take my chances. I think I like the Yankees. I think I'm liking the Yankees for the only reasons because of the players they got. I was like, what? It's okay to like the players, but I thought about it. I said, I need to side with my home team. I kind of left the Rangers when Alex Rodriguez got traded to the Yankees. I was kind of sick.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good season when you had Alex and Jeter and Teixeira. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were a good team, man.
Breaking news: did Anthony Cruz say the Yankees are cheaters?
No, Teixeira, man, you bum.
All right, so I'd like to thank you for being on my show. It's a lot.
Thank you for inviting me.
Appreciate it. So, you got anybody you want to say thank you to? Your sponsors, coaches? Don't think Anthony.
Wow. Oh man, it's so hard. I could thank so many people. I got some friends in here. I got a friend of mine, Linda. He kind of said I'm getting too old, but I keep pushing. He supports me regardless of. I like to thank I like to thank Michigan teams like Boxing Gym, A Square, Joe Boxing Gym, Empire Boxing Club,
CC Management.
Yeah, CC Management, of course, man.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
signing me. I appreciate it. I forgot. I forgot. Oh, my bad.
Do we have to spar again? Do we have to spar again?
Man, and you know, I don't think you want those problems now, man.
I welcome it. Hey, I welcome it, man.
You sure? I'm telling you, man.
I'm sure. I'm
a
positive.
bad.
I'm positive. I'm positive.
I tell you, like my former trainer Keith Bynum, he said, "I'm a bad man. You don't want to see that."
Hey, I'm like you. I'm like you. They'll be, just like you don't back away from a fight or from somebody with a big name. I'm the same way. I fight everybody. I train with everybody. And hey, win or lose, we're just friends in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, exactly. No problem. I like to thank CC Management for like signing me. I was surprised. It was kind of crazy.
Right.
I kept getting this email. I was like, man, we're gonna talk. I was like, all right, I'll talk to you. Then my schedule and his schedule then conflict, because I was working so much. And I'm still working as I'm going. And finally, we reached out and we've been talking, but we kind of haven't been talking because I've been busy. He knows what I do. He knows I'm a busy person, so I'm always on the move. So we're gonna get back in touch privately within the next week or so. But I want to thank them for signing me. I'd like to thank some of the old trainers and Anthony for showing me a lot of experience, a lot of different things in life. I can leave legacies to people, especially to the young kids. That's one of my biggest things. I feel like the main thing is to keep what I learned and show it to the young people because we're dying off right now. I mean, seriously, we're really dying off.
Yeah.
Boxing, and this is not boxing. MMA's dying off. It's we're not treating the sport right. So it's important to keep all our legends, all our experience, everything that we learned in this sport because if we don't.
No, I agree. It's funny. Me and Jeffrey, we were talking about that with Lito Latina. Say a lot of fighters when they retire, they don't teach. They don't stay in the sport. You know what I'm saying? And we need more of that. We need more people that after, especially fighters, after they retire, to stay in the sport and pass that knowledge because that's very valuable. You know what I'm saying? Whether you stay as a coach. Working the corner man, as a trainer, you need that. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that as a fighter is very, very valuable to stay in the sport and pass that down because you don't see that very much no more.
All right, man. I appreciate you being on my show, Jeffery. I'll be watching you fight. All the fights you're going to be at, I'll be watching you. You're welcome to come back on my show.
Thank you.
You got anything you want to say, Anthony?
Thank you so much.
No, he's a good fighter, man. He's a good friend. He has a heart of gold, and I hope. I mean, he said he has his time limit 3 years, but I think we're gonna see him more longer than that. I think we'll see him not only in boxing but MMA, and maybe we could put him bare knuckle. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you spoiled that. Me and him always do that. We always do that.
Hey, if it's Mike Tyson. And I'll come over there and do it.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. Anything is possible these days.
If Mike Tyson's gonna do it, but it's gotta be like a charity event,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mike Tyson,
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would do something like bare knuckle. I go in there with Tyson and do it.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, why not? Yeah, why not? I think it'd be real fun.
It'll be yeah.
All right, but. Thank you for being on Full Broadcast. I'll see you here maybe after your next fight or you want to come on before that. Just remember this, Redskins rule.
Whatever. Yeah, get out of here.
All right, man. Keep training hard. Stay healthy. Be safe.
Oh, my brother.
Thank you for being on Full Broadcast.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
All right. Yeah, it looks like you did used to train with him. He looks like a pretty cool guy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, different in the ring.
Yeah, I met him through my business partner at that time, And he said, Cruz, you know who he is, right? I didn't know who he was. He came from Michigan. I had a gym in Toledo. And I said, he's a pro boxer. I mean, he was off for a bit, but he's trying to do a comeback. And I think at that time he has a problem with the gym in Michigan. And I was like, listen, you want me to train you? I got some boxing experience. I know how to train people. You want, stick with me and train with me. You're more than welcome. Just, make sure you take it serious. And sure enough, man, he skyrocketed from there. We train hard. We did boxing, but also we do a little bit martial arts. So we're using mixed martial arts to also enhance his conditioning. You know what I'm saying? And that's what helped him. Since he's a very good defense fighter, I was trying to do the opposite. Try to make his offense better. You know what I'm saying? Because most fighters, if they defense or offense fighters, they stick with the strength. No, man, you should balance both. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what kind of fighter you're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? So if you got good defense, let's work on your defense. Also, let's work on your offense. Let's not neglect your offense. You know what I'm saying? And so I was trying to balance that to make him more of a round fighter.
Yep. So you heard him. He's gonna be around the next 3.5 years, 4 years, maybe longer. We'll see. I hope to see that weight belt right in his waist. So, all right, guys. Thank you for watching a fuller broadcast. 24/7 sports news, live interview, media coverage. I interview MMA, boxing, IKF, kickboxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, you name it. I'll interview you on my show. Thank you for watching the fuller broadcast with Fuller Broadcast, Jeffery Fuller, and Anthony the Tiger Cruz, my co-host.
Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.